Welcome r/Prorevenge. Cancel me leave. Say goodbye to your promotion. Error in title. Should readers cancel my leave? Say goodbye to your promotion. I used to work in a disability shared accommodation agency. It's a job where you support 4 to 6 people with disabilities who share the accommodation. It's shift work, 2 clients per staff member during the day, 1 staff member on a sleepover at night. The rosters are 4-week rotating rosters. I was employed as a 0.75, meaning I work 75% of what is considered full-time, equating to 57 hours a fortnight. Working shifts sucked, but the pay was good. I was working in a house I'll call Soon Up. Soon Up had 4 residents and 7 workers. Each house had a house supervisor. They reported to the cluster manager, who managed 6 houses. Cluster managers reports to the CEO. By company policy, leave requests are first in best dress, meaning you need to put your leave in early to ensure you get it. I was transferred to Soon Up from a 6-client house due to my qualifications and situations I cannot legally disclose. I worked for the first year, got to know staff, clients, house supervisor, etc. There was an obvious clique between 4 staff members. Each school holidays, 3 would apply for leave, and 1 would call in sick with a medical certificate covering the same amount of time. They would always rotate who is sick to hide what they were up to. They were friends outside of work who would party together. After a year, the house supervisor fell sick. One of the clique members, Karen, was appointment acting supervisor, and it went to hell. She tried reducing my hours and giving extra time to a friend. I pointed out that I'm contracted for 57 hours a fortnight, so I'm getting paid for 57 hours a fortnight. Her friends got extra shifts, were given the best shifts, and we are all around favored by Karen. In January, I put in leave for March school holidays. Karen rejected on the grounds that others had already submitted leave. Her clique all applied for this time. I left this alone. In March I checked the leave calendar for the June school holidays. Each house had a leave calendar, so management and staff can check who scheduled leave is. It was empty. I submitted leave again, and it was rejected. Karen said, "Sorry, you were too slow." Karen said that A, B, and C clique already submitted leave. The next day the leave calendar showed this. In May I checked Christmas leave calendar, put in my leave, and sure enough, got the same result. This annoyed me as I have a family that I wanted to take on holiday. I spoke to the cluster manager, also a part of the clique, who said there's nothing I can do. Note, I had no leave taken in 2 years. January the following year, the clique was on holiday. We had a gastro outbreak across our facilities, so we were short staff. All available staff, including CEO, were covering shifts. I was rostered on with the CEO 1 shift. During the shift he said to me, "Op, you have a bit of leave accumulated. You should probably take some." Me, I put in 3 requests last year. All were rejected as others apparently already applied for those dates. CEO, let's lock in your leave now. Me, okay, how about 4 weeks over Christmas? I filled out the form. CEO signed it off. He filled out the leave calendar and put my application in Karen's pigeonhole. I was on sleepover that night, so I took my application, photocopied it for myself, and replaced under the mountain of paperwork in her pigeonhole, knowing she wouldn't see it for a few months. In March I checked the leave calendar. I noticed my Christmas leave disappeared, replaced with Karen, A, B, and C. I didn't say anything as I had a leave form with CEO's signature. Fast forward October, original house supervisor passed away. Acting supervisor was appointed permanent supervisor by the cluster manager with a mandatory 3-month probation. December comes around. First week of my leave, I get a call from Karen. "Where are you?" Me, "On leave." Karen, "I didn't approve any leave. Get your ass to work now." I come in. Karen chews me out, stating she didn't get an application form. Karen went on to SAU. "Even if you submitted it, I would reject it, as you should know by now that we always take 2 weeks in December/January. She wrote me up for insubordination. I worked that shift. When Karen left, I emailed the CEO filling him in on what happened. He called a meeting, me and Karen. "CEO, what happened?" Karen cutting me off took it upon himself to approve leave. I wrote him up for skipping work me. Actually I submitted leave in January while you were away. Karen, no you didn't. CEO, yes he did. I approved it and added it to the leave calendar. Karen, no. We already had 4 staff booked on leave. CEO, show me the leave forms. Karen, I destroyed them. Me handing Karen my copy of my form signed by the CEO. CEO, Op is on leave. I'm going to soon up and I'm investigating this situation. Op, my apologies, go home. I'm extending your leave by an extra week. I go home. I come in 4.5 weeks later to be told that Karen has lost her promotion. She is thin ice. CEO found out that Karen has been rejecting leave requests. She shredded my request without looking past the date. She deleted my leave from the calendar. The CEO told Karen that this borders on fraud. The CEO also separated the clique to different houses. He changed the leave policy to state that he must sign off leave requests in addition to house supervisor and cluster managers. He ensured that all staff had access to prime leave dates. Karen was fired 2 weeks later for failing audit requirements. Edit, spelling correction. Edit, to clarify why the CEO did grunt work, funding bodies stipulated that during day 1 staff was required for every 2 clients. We were short-staffed across the board. There was lots of juggling staff. All staff employed with the company not on leave were working in houses, including CEO, cluster managers, administration. They were OSTED on with qualified staff who took the lead. CEO had social worker qualifications, social work experience, but no support worker experience. It was an extreme situation that could see funding withdrawn. The reason why he extended my leave by a week is because this incident took place on the Monday. CEO meeting took place on Wednesday or Thursday, can't remember exactly. As I worked Monday and got called in for the meeting, I wouldn't have gotten my 4 weeks. I work in a call center for a company that does TV, internet, home phones and cell phones. One of the main rules is you cannot look at your own account, let alone make changes to it. There was a small group of people, and who had been with the company for many years, who decided to give promotions beyond their employee discount on each other's accounts to get around that no working on your own account rule. They got caught and fired. The union didn't even try to stop it, as what they had done was really frowned upon, and there was plenty of warning that type of behavior would be punishable with firing. They lost a great wage, good benefits, 5 weeks of paid vacation, and a good pension, all to save $30 to $40 a month. Some people think they can game the system, and in fact, that they deserve to do so, and they'll usually get caught. It may not be right away, but they will head caught. Just like your old co-workers. We call them those 3. Our clique is the kind of foreign, close to my home country. A lot of my people have the same mentality, even though we are basically jungle folk, where they automatically think they're superior to everyone. They've erased casual staff's scheduled shifts off our schedule, then re-add them to it, day of, and claim that they no-showed, so they had to pull an emergency odd shift. One of them, the leader, 2 months ago, banked 107 hours in a fortnight. They aren't nice to the clients. See, curt, rude, impatient, neglectful, but they've all been there 5+ years, and it's Gov Union. They'll sit watching cultural/religious YouTube videos from their home country, gathered in the medroom, but will make snide remarks if we're on our phones during downtime. They file grievances with the union if someone gets offered an odd shift before them, even if they've already collected OT, and it's owed to the next person down the line. Any complaints made about them, they somehow turn into claims of racism and/or discrimination. A coworker has downloaded Duolingo in an attempt to learn their language because he constantly overhears them talking in their language, with many conversations including other staff member names and laughter. My super suggested we all gather as much evidence as we can without breaking protocols, so he can take it to the union to remove all, if not, at least the leader. Then a first come policy of getting leave is a horrible policy, and some form of leave bidding is appropriate. My personal favorite is somewhat complex, but almost perfectly even. At some point each year, figure out how many people can be off for each day. Then everyone picks a contiguous period of time as their first preference. The blocks of time that don't generate a conflict get assigned, and if for instance 3 people want a day that only has 2 slots, their blocks are held pending future rounds. In round 2 everyone who got their first pick can pick again, and people who blocked in round 1 can either bid on a different time period or hold their first choice, and so forth. The cost of fighting over getting a specific time off is that other people get their second, third, or later choices locked in first. There does need to be some kind of tiebreaker. If for example 3 people all want a specific day, that can accommodate only 2 enough to let everyone else pick all of their days first. I'm in favor of making it random, but basing such things on seniority seems more common.